Okay. Oh man, it's been a while. I'm excited to do a special E3 episode here. I got Branndon and Cameron here with me. Let me actually put up the names so people know who they're looking at. Here we go. So you guys actually got to go to E3. It was a good story. I'm gonna cut to the intro real quick, and then we'll continue on from there. Welcome to Games Corner. Okay, so Cameron, you said you guys went to E3. So how did that go? Because it's kind of a cool story what you guys did.
A little bit convoluted, but yeah.
Yeah, especially for your
me,
side,
specifically.
So, lay it on us, brother.
Well, I got a ticket and Brandon got a ticket. We both got tickets different ways. I got a ticket from going to Extra Life United, and during the presentation of our $30,000 check to the rest of the Extra Life participants that were there, I met with the VP of the ESA, Rick Taylor, who runs E3, and I just asked him backstage for some tickets, and he said sure. So
I think that's great. I don't know how many requests he gets, but maybe you made an impression on him.
Yeah. I think he just, it's cool that he's meeting some Alaskan gamers. It's
That's
probably first time.
I guarantee it.
Novelty. It's all about the novelty.
Yeah. I mean, he got...
Are you really?
Are you from Alaska? And you're in Florida?
Well, that and he's there in Orlando specifically to give us a check. You know what I mean?
Right,
so
yeah.
He probably was just being generous and being cool with us.
Yeah, that's really cool for the guy. Now
me, I actually got my ticket, and I actually originally wasn't supposed to go. But a member in our group, Sean, Bear, I believe his last name is. If I'm wrong, sorry.
I'll correct it. I'll bleep it out.
Okay,
no,
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'll voice it over.
Just like a crummy voiceover. It's like bad.
It's like Bandolier or something.
Bad dubbing, like in a Japanese movie or something. Anyway, so he was originally supposed to go. He won a contest through Twitter. The Video Gamer Voter Network was putting on a contest to raise awareness for gamers to vote and be a part of the political environment, and he won this contest. However, some personal things came up with him with his job, and he couldn't go, and all that sort of stuff. So he actually messaged Cameron, and Cameron said, "Hey, you should, message Branndon and see if he's able to go." And so, of course, me instantly. This is 2 weeks before the event, so I have 2 weeks to request off, pay for my plane ticket.
You should have sent it my way, man. I'm always off, man. I could be there tomorrow. It's cool.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm going. You know what I mean? So got my time off at work, bought my plane ticket, and
I think that's great.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And worked out well, and got to meet Reed, who's one of the main players over at the Video Gamer Voter Network, and he's the blogger for the ESA website as well. So got
really
to meet.
Cool guy.
Yeah, really nice, genuine, good guy.
Hey man, he started up something big, and I think that he's pretty humbled with it. So you guys got there, and what did you like? Was there like a schedule you guys followed, or anything that you just did you just beeline for something?
We just we were really there just to kind of enjoy the convention. It looked like a lot of other people were like, okay, we're going to interview this person, we're going to interview that person, blah 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 blah, and we kept getting asked, who do you work for? What industry do you work in?
Yeah.
And we're like, we're just here. We're just here. And,
Alaska, man.
Yeah, we're in a gaming community in Alaska.
So is in Florida.
Well, E3's in LA.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, E3's in LA, but the Extra Life United
right,
is in
okay,
Orlando.
that's right.
Right. So we got there, And we really didn't know what we wanted to see first. We just kind of like waited in line and just kind of went and enjoyed all the exhibits.
You know that main entryway where they have all the banners? You see it on like G4 TV all the time?
Yeah.
We were just like, man, we're actually here. Like, so cool. We're just, we didn't really know what to expect. We showed up like 2.5 hours early. And just kind of hung out the lobby, and we were actually in the front of the line when they opened the doors.
Nice.
Close to the front.
Pretty cool. Saw Hideo Kojima walking around with
That's awesome.
his infinite security. It was funny because every time somebody important would walk by, the line would cheer. They're like, "Yeah!" And we're like, me and him were like,
"Who is that
What's
guy?
going on here?" Like, yeah, but so that was actually pretty cool to watch happen. Even though we never got to talk to anybody. Let's see who else was there. Lil Wayne was there. He put on a concert, and then Wiz Khalifa was there. He put on another concert, and then
heard Jamie Foxx was at Battlefield 1.
Jamie Foxx was there. Zac Efron was there. I think Marshawn Lynch, football player for those of you that don't know.
What team? What position?
Couldn't tell.
Goalie, right? No. What?
Yeah, goalie, right now. He's the goalkeeper.
He's the goalkeeper.
And then who else was there? Snoop Dogg was there playing Battlefield. So it was a pretty big event. We first day we were there, I was wearing a Lawbreakers T-shirt made by Boss Key, and we were walking around trying to figure out what we were going to eat because we were starving. So we're like, oh, there's this Mexican food place across the street. Let's go over there. So as we're walking, Cliff Bleszinski, and for those of you that don't know who Cliff Bleszinski is, he's the one who created Unreal Tournament and Gears of War.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, he stopped me and said, "Hey man, nice shirt." And I was like, "Hey!" I'm like, Cliffy B. And that's the second time I met him because I met him at PAX Prime last year, and this is the first time he met Cameron. And Cameron goes, "Hey man, huge fan, loved your games, been a huge fan since Jazz the Jackrabbit." And he looks at Cameron and goes, "How old are you?" Because his first game, and you tell him, you know more about the game than I do.
So back in the day, before mouse, before Windows, back in the DOS internet days, which I was on the internet in DOS days.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I'd go to like cooldemos.com, and then there'd be like a listing in DOS, like 1 through 10, then hit page down for more. And I'd go through and download all these demos that were really cool, as long as no one called the house and interrupted the 8-hour download, But I downloaded these games, and then one of them that I downloaded was Jill of the Jungle. Another one was Jazz the Jackrabbit.
I remember Jill of the Jungle.
Yeah, both epic games.
Yeah,
they're not epic mega games made this. So Cliff was like making games at a very young age, like really young age, and I was playing them at even younger age.
You're like, it's not as good as Jazz the Jackrabbit.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Well, I just told him, I've been playing since Jazz the Jackrabbit, and he was like, man, probably no one says that to him because it's such an early game. He was just like, how old are you? Because that was like 26, 28 years ago or something.
He's like, I'm 30.
How old are you, dude?
He's like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then he gave us alpha keys to his new game, Lawbreakers.
Nice.
We played it at PAX, and we played it here, and quite a bit of improvement.
Yeah, they've made lots of adjustments. One thing I love about Boss Key, and I hope it's okay if we touch on that.
Go ahead, yeah.
So the great thing about Boss Key is how active they are in their community. Like, they are always tweeting back their followers. They are always talking to people on the forums. They're just very, very, like at PAX, for example, they had this kind of satellite event at PAX that I went to. And he showed up a little bit late, but it was a satellite event, and so they provided a shuttle and transportation and all that sort of stuff. But when you get in, very kind of exclusive feeling, schwanky, kind of club-ish sort of arena, but the developers were walking around talking to everyone. Everyone that was there, they were talking to everyone, and especially the people that went through the game. Like, you go up, you go play the game, then you're done, and you can hang out.
It's basically a bar with like an upper room that's like the VIP room had the LAN set up.
Right.
So you go up there, you wait your turn, you hang out. They have like free drinks.
Yeah, they give out free like Red Bulls and stuff like that. No, I don't think any alcohol.
No.
But like Red Bull soda, and then they have some snacks and stuff. But they were talking to us and we were like, so what do you want to see in the game? Like, what would you like? Like, tell me what you think. You know what I mean? And we gave them suggestions, and if there was a reason that they couldn't do that, they had that explanation right there, ready for you. Like, oh well, we can't do that because then it impacts this and da 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 da. Very, very nice, very down to earth, non-elitist guys. Yeah. And Cliff is a great person to talk to, and you know, he's very, very personable. It shows he's got a lot of charisma. So I got into the alpha. Me and him both got into the alpha for Lawbreakers this last. It's going on right now, actually. So if you haven't, check out their Twitter. They're giving away alpha keys.
It's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I would describe it as like Overwatch, but like more fast-paced, like Quake or Unreal, and less like where Overwatch is kind of a slower class-based game. This is like a very high speed. You've got grapples. You can do rocket boosting and grapple something, and swing around the map, and like headshot melee someone. You know, it's just one of those kind of really fast-paced games.
So Overwatch is very team-oriented. Right? If you have a bad team, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Right. That's just the way it is. Lawbreakers is kind of like that, but more focused on individual skills. So if you have a bunch of people on the same team who are individually skilled, you're gonna win because it's so right now the only game type available is basically, how do I describe this? It's kind of like Capture the Flag / King of the Hill. There's a battery. You take the battery and then you put it in your base and you charge the battery to 100%. After 100%, you have 30 seconds to guard the battery. If in that 30 seconds the other team steals that battery and brings it back to their base, they still have a 100% charge. So they can just let it sit in your base the whole game and then just steal it at the last second and score. So
what purpose that battery serves?
Charge. Very
man, we need that battery. What for? My cell phone is dying.
You gotta charge.
Just gotta
charge. Very, very adult-oriented game. There's a lot of profanity, lots of blood. And very reminiscent of Unreal Tournament.
He played Unreal. It's like, die, bitch! Something like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So, great game. Probably one of the best games we played at E3. I would say, if not the best game.
It's a sleeper. You know, like it's not super hyped right now.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have played it yet. It's pretty limited, but I think it'll be big if they keep pushing it in directions. It's showing a lot of improvement.
Yeah. And just over this last because the last 2 weekends have been alpha weekends, just over the last 2. So last weekend we played, and a lot of people were talking about, oh man, you know, these health stations are taking too long to refill my health, right? So this next alpha, which is going on right now, all of a sudden the health stations, you stand in them for like, it was up to like 5 to 10 second health refill. Now it's like, you know, 1 to 2, which is a great improvement. And so they're listening to what people are saying, which is just a great thing to see.
I wonder if that could be detrimental. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I think. Well, I mean, I haven't played the game, so I'd have to experience it for myself.
The reason that people were complaining about it is because, like Cameron was saying, it's such a fast-paced get in there, get out, get in, get out, kind of slay game. But your health doesn't regenerate by itself. You have to get into these health stations.
Yeah.
So what the problem is people were getting in this fight, they're really amped up, right? And then they have to go stand, and wait in the health station. Right, and it was really taking you out of that, like, get in, get out, get in, get out.
Are you vulnerable in there? Or
you're standing
you can
like
still get shot. Yeah,
looks like you're standing in a Star Trek. You're like standing in a Star Trek teleporter, and people just shoot a rocket. Kill you.
Yeah. So standing.
So I would maybe fix if that was long. If it was that long, maybe. Yeah, I mean,
it's still pretty. It's still alpha. They're still tweaking a lot of things, but it's showing a lot of promise, and so I really, really like that game.
I'm gonna get into. Hopefully, I really hope you guys saw these, but this is what I've researched on my own from other people here. I'm going to fade into the 3 up here. We got, what the hell do we have here? Where's my mouse? So you guys are looking at Resident Evil 7, the Resident Evil 2 redo, and I Am Setsuna. Now, I really don't know why they stick with Resident Evil names. I really like Biohazard.
The original name from Japan.
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a little easier to pronounce for me. I don't know. So here we have I Am Setsuna. I'm actually we did a cast on it previously. I'm looking forward to it because it's a complete remake of the original Chrono Trigger crew.
Oh, okay.
And it's Square Enix, and they completely redid it, expanded on it, and Setsuna is this girl that you're leading through it. She's essentially Chrono, but kind of... we don't know much about it, but as far as I know, she's not a playable character. You just kind of leading her through.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't know if you guys saw anything about it.
Didn't see anything about that one.
I walked by some stuff for it, but I didn't know what it was. And now that you say that, I was like, hey, I should have checked it out.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is, it's like you said, this game is a sleeper. Kind of so that I guess that's soon. It's not really hyped. It's not really... I mean, they're trying to, I think, but as soon as people realize that, oh, it's Chrono Trigger remake... people will, whoa, I want to check that out.
Right. You totally flipped my interest when you mentioned the backstory. Because I was like, I saw it, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many things to see at E3, you're just going to walk past like 50% or more.
The word we used to describe E3 was, what was it?
Stimulus.
Overstimulation.
Oh, yeah, man. I could like, imagine that.
Booths and...
It's like the state fair, except with, I don't know.
Except
like
for 8 times bigger.
Yeah. Well, and like...
vertical
not vegetables and cows. It's
right.
Like,
yeah.
You know, you're looking
these
at
crazy
things that actually
booths
are interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were doing a Resident Evil 2 remake. I
didn't see anything about
that was announced, and it seemed to be very quick and short and done with.
I missed that one.
It was that one I'm more excited for than Resident Evil 7. I don't know anything about Resident Evil 7, but it looks like they're kind of going back to the roots.
I hope they
back
do.
To, like, I really liked 4. Mm-hmm. One of my favorites is 4. Mm-hmm. You're in that crazy village, and that freaked me out. That actually, like, I had nightmares as an adult man. You know, I like chop wood, and I had nightmares. You know? And then Resident Evil 2 I liked because, I mean, it was you know, it's nostalgic, and there's a lot of remakes that are happening that are really playing on that nostalgia string for me personally, which I'll get into further here. So those 3, let me see. Next, I got. So what you're looking at here is so Gran Turismo Sport, Death Stranding, and God of War. So Gran Turismo Sport. I'm looking forward to it because I like racing games, and I like Gran Turismo, and I think it's a great venue for people that want to get into actual racing, you know. And I think this is, if you see up here, this is, I believe it's live render, like everything is accurate. Now I'm a console gamer and I'm a PC gamer, and I don't know what that's coming out for. I think it's for all systems, but I'm not sure.
The Gran Turismo?
Yeah, Sport.
It's interesting. I was going to say that Gran Turismo is usually a proprietary IP for Sony.
Is it only? Okay.
Yeah, usually. I don't know the details
of.
I don't know the details of this specific one, but I loved Gran Turismo since, you know.
Yeah.
A-Spec, for example. Like, I love that game, Gran Turismo 3. It's a fantastic game. So I really enjoy the racing games.
Going from Need for Speed, because that was my game. Going from Need for Speed, where physics didn't really matter.
Very arcadey.
Didn't really, And then going to Gran Turismo, I was like, what is going on here? I can't make this turn at 120 miles an hour. Why not?
Why do I have to use the brake?
I have to go the speed limit. You know, I enjoy that as an adult now because I like driving. So this one right up here, right above Cameron's head,
the Reedus
Death Stranding. Norman Reedus. Did you guys see him there by any chance?
Didn't see Norman Reedus. Would have loved to. Because kind of a huge fan of Walking Dead.
It's kind of weird how quickly, after Kojima left Konami, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, whatever they were working on, it was a Silent Hills, right? They were working on that, got completely canceled with Norman Reedus, and all of a sudden, bam, they show up with this. Almost, that was really quick.
So Norman has been very, very vocal about his desire to work with Kojima.
Yeah.
He's, if you look at his Twitter, you look at all of his social media, he was really bummed that Silent Hills took the course that it did.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate that genre, or that I guess that's anything to do with Silent Hills. Even the games that it has inspired. Like there was another one called Allison Road.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
looking forward to that. Yeah.
Well, he got canceled too.
Oh, never mind. I'm not looking forward.
I know. Like anything that has happened to do with this project, it's like his project was cursed from the get-go. But Norman Reedus was very, very, very vocal about the fact that he was really wanting to work with Kojima. So I'm not surprised in the least that this has come out so fast, because I'm almost positive as soon as Kojima's finalization with Konami being terminated, just being done, I'm almost positive, like instantaneously, they're like, okay, Norman, let's get to work.
Yeah,
right.
Let's get this other thing
going.
going.
Let's get this other thing going, because they can't, like, he couldn't afford to just be out of the limelight for that long period of time.
No, I think this is a great step, and the preview for it is so riveting to me. It's really, I don't know, I really like that ocean. It really harks back to Bloodborne and the DLC for Bloodborne. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. And
I didn't play Bloodborne, no.
It's the very end boss, and there's something about it, something about being a parent and just like I don't know. It's really visceral, and there's an emotion. It's a very primitive emotion that it kind of riled up in myself. Watching just that preview, I'm like, man, children. I like little baby kids. I like my son. He's cool. Having that kind of change in dynamic, and Norman is a good actor in here, and just the preview itself. We could see. I don't know, just this, and that's so weird. What is going on?
Well,
he's got a C-section.
It's Kojima, right? Kojima's kind of a weird guy. I'm going to rephrase that. He's not a weird guy, but he has very abstract ways of conveying messages,
right?
Which,
emotions, especially,
which come across as people who aren't really invested into it as weird.
Yeah.
But if you're invested in it, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see. The facial capture is so crazy. Good. Very, very, like, there's two companies that I see as having the best facial capture in the industry. One is Ninja Theory. I don't know if you guys ever played Heavenly Sword.
I have.
Like, it was like a launch title for the PS3. Facial capture, emotions, spot on. You know what I mean? The new Devil May Cry. Again, facial emotion.
Yeah, that was crazy how well they did.
Very well done.
I'm gonna say Rockstar too, because they did a really. I mean, if you go back to Eleanor and just look at their blooper reel with that, amazing.
Really.
Mm-hmm. And they're like talking in there, during the cutscenes, and I couldn't imagine. I didn't know what I was looking at. Like, this is a blooper reel. This is really happening, real time. And it's really well done. You guys.
I haven't checked out Eleanor. Or is it Lenore or Eleanor?
Lenore. I don't know. I've said it Eleanor. I think it's L.A. So
is it? I haven't played that game. But the second company that I was going to say is really, really fantastic at facial capture is Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
You got, Last of Us. Dude.
Mass Effect's pretty good.
Oh, that's true.
Amazing job.
BioWare.
Mass Effect is, I don't know if they have facial captures, do they?
Yeah. Think about some of the people in it. There's like the pilot or whatever.
I would say maybe for the main characters, but for like a lot of the NPCs, maybe not, because there's so many people.
Yeah, it's such an open world.
Yeah, so maybe for the
we'll touch on Mass Effect later.